Greetings, Smelter in time and space. It's your host, TheAmariaShadow, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back once again to more of beating Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. We are at part 3-1 of the investigation section of episode 4, Farewell My Turnabout. We shall be continuing right where I left us off, so without further ado, let's get started right away with today's adventure and see what's in store for us. Come on, see! March 22nd, 5:24 p.m. Wright and Cola offices. Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! There, Pearls. I can't take it anymore. But look, it'll be alright. Everything may still work out. The condition was that we had to get a not guilty verdict. So far, the kidnapper has kept his word. He hasn't hurt Maya. Won't because Mr. Unguard hasn't been given a guilty sentence yet. Cheer up. We don't have time to stand around crying. We have to get going. You're right. Mr. Maya is in much more pain than I am. Yes, that's right. So, hey, you guys! Glad I caught you, pal. But Mr. Scruffy Detective. Oh boy, looks like Detective Gumshoe has been dubbed Mr. Scruffy Detective in Pearl's book. It's just plain old Mr. Dick Gumshoe now, and I came to talk to you, pal. But we're kind of busy right now. So, what are you going to do from now on? What do you mean, pal? Well, you've been fired, right? So do you have a new job lined up yet? Oh, that! What am I supposed to do now, pal? I don't have anything coming in at all until my next payday. What are you talking about? You don't have another payday. I guess that means I'm just going to have to work here at your place, pal. So, say what? You'll be searching for things that will prove Mr. Unguard's innocence all day, right? Well, yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to help you, pal. I've got lots of experience in investigating and watching over people's places. Great at making really simple bills, pal. I'll take care of it all. Come on, Mr. Nick. Let's let Mr. Scruffy Detective take care of things. Okay. By the way, what's your best dish? Instant noodles, pal. Why am I surrounded by people who only eat cheap, unhealthy foods? That was the first time I've ever seen Mr. Edgeworth act like that. Never thought he'd say something like he didn't care if Miss Andrews killed herself. He said that? How? That's horrible. But because of her doing that, we got the truth right away. The truth. Miss Andrews' last testimony. I wonder if that was the truth. I'll give you that there was nothing strange in her testimony itself, but I still think there is something fundamentally wrong with the whole thing. You mean about that thing, pal? Why would she want to? No, I mean almost me to frame Mr. Unguard. I couldn't figure that out from anything she said all day. Then you're saying that testimony was a lie? Not a lie per se. It just feels like there's more here than meets the eye. But that's what Edgeworth would like us to believe. But that's such a dirty trick! Even that woman prosecutor was better than that. Francisca Von Karma. Speaking of Miss Von Karma, do you have any more information on her condition? Wasn't she shot this morning? Miss Von Karma was shot today on the way to the trial by a pistol pal. But she's going to be fine, right? I mean, Edgeworth said she was in stable condition, but, well, she was shot in the shoulder, so she's okay and still hanging in there. They should be done taking the bullet out, so she's probably resting at the hospital. Which one? What? Are you going to visit her, pal? No, well, I was kind of thinking about it. Hey, you've actually got a heart, don't you? She looked like she was being tortured to death not being able to go to the trial today. So maybe it'd be good for her if you went and let her whip you for a bit, pal. Let's go let her whip us, Mr. Nick. Now I'm definitely not going. Let's see. The name of the hospital? Oh, yeah, the Ohtani Clinic. That name sends a chill down my spine. Well, I guess it can't hurt to stop by and say hi. March 22nd, Ohtani Clinic, reception. Never thought I'd ever come back to this place. Yes, are you here to visit a patient? Hi. Wait a second, you're... Yes, I'm Director Halty. Why are you still here? Yes, what is it? Can I help you? You can tell me. Yes. Director Halty! Edgeworth. Yes, I'm Director Halty. Oh, you're the man from this morning. Yes, what is it? Director, Francisca. How is Francisca Von Karma? You don't need to worry. Yes, she's in good hands. Because you see, I'm going to be taking good care of her. Yes. Yes, and that surgery, it went well. You have my gratitude. Looks like Edgeworth doesn't know about this director and his secret. She looks so pitiful, absolutely terrified. Yes, but I understand. Yes, her opponent was a gun after all, huh? When I snuck up on her real secret life, she would scream really loud. Yes. I see. Ah, but she's really cute too. When I do that, she'd whip me with a whip, Boy, did I cry like a baby. Yes, but I think I can get used to it. Ah! Go back to your room. You're so mean, so mean, my frisky friska. Well, that's good too. Ah! Okay, yes, it's time for my IV drops. Yes. And what are you, those tulips, doing in your hands, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Ah! I knew I shouldn't have come here. I was shot in front of the courthouse in my right shoulder. Sorry. I'm sorry if I stop suddenly. I'm still in the middle of my lunch. That's a nice plate of buffalo chicken mac and cheese. I don't want to get cold. But it's no big deal. This sort of thing happens all the time. I even had full intentions of running the trial this morning. But that would have been too much for you. There's no need to act tough in front of us, you know. Regardless, I was dragged here by that man over there. He was so unyielding, one has to wonder if he was simply interested in stealing my case. The only logical course of action given a bullet was still lodged in your shoulder. But by taking over the case, I found myself having to clean up after you and that irresponsible deal you made. I think I know what deal he's referring to. It's not karma. You made a deal with Miss Andrews yesterday, didn't you? I don't know what you mean. You want to make sure you got your guilty verdict on Miss Alcott. You told Miss Andrews to not testify in court today. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you have proof that I made such a deal? You're denying it? Looks like you were lucky, Mr. Phoenix, right? If I had been in court today, this trial would already be over. All while hiding Miss Andrews' own crime? That isn't my problem, whether she had tampered with the evidence or not. I have only one objective, to find Unguard guilty of murder. The end justifies the means, Mr. Phoenix, right? The end justifies the means. This one, Karma, Adrian Andrews believed you when you said, if you don't tell the truth for what really happened, then Unguard will be found guilty. And what does that have to do with me? Because of that, she is now in danger of being found guilty herself. All because she believed in your words until the very end. That still has nothing to do with me. She's just a weak person, that's all. But you had to know she was. Ow! I think visiting hours here are about over, so if you'll excuse me. What's wrong? Why did she suddenly cut you off? Probably because she thinks I had the advantage in that argument. Edgeworth. What happened today at the trial, Edgeworth? That was not like you at all. I mean, I know you knew about Miss Andrews' condition. You could have made her testify as many times as you wanted, but to go that far! Ah, but she would testify about that until I said something. Listen, Wright, the courtroom is a garden of judgment. I am putting myself on the line when I stand in there, and that's why I made the witness do the same. It's only natural. By the way, Edward, you are really angry in court today. That's rare for you. Witness! That card! Give it to me! Hurry! Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? I can't believe you hid this from me all this time! That card, what in the world is it? You mean this? Listen, Wright, this is top secret information. You absolutely cannot leak this. The Special Investigations Team has existed for a number of years, but few know of it. I understand. The task is to find the owner of this card, a man called Shelly the Killer. And just as his name states, he is a killer, an assassin, the best at that. An assassin! So who's this Shelly the Killer? The Killer is the name of a long-standing line of assassins. Long-standing? The name first appeared about 100 years ago, I hear. Shelly's professional name was the third heir to the Killer name. But because his professional name is Shelly, he leaves cards with a shell on them? He has a habit of making sure to leave a card by the body of his victim. Why would he do something like that? I think it is a part of his duty to his clients. His duty? If he leaves a card, then his clients can be assured it was he who killed the victim. It also serves as insurance against any charges being pushed onto his clients. I see. The Killer values the trust between his clients and his host above all else. His seems that this is one honorable assassin with a moral conscience. I guess that even honorable assassins can exist. So, you think this assassin, you think he's the one who did the killing in this case? It would appear that way. Discovery of the card basically confirms it, wouldn't you agree? Shelly the killer, huh? I noticed something at the trial today. You were behaving in a strange manner. Is something the matter? I guess I should just tell him. Maya, she's been kidnapped. Kidnapped? What does the kidnapper want? An acquittal. I see. I had no idea. I will prepare a rescue team as soon as possible and resolve this by tomorrow. But really? Did you hear that, Mr. Nick? Mr. Edgeworth is going to... Stop trying to console me, Edgeworth. I don't need your pity. Mr. Nick, there's no way you can find her. We don't even have even a single lead to go on. There's only one way to save her. I have to get an acquittal somehow. It's the only way. Right? Listen, you need to know something. Juan Corrida was killed by Shelly the Killer, and the client who ordered that job is Matt Ungard, your own client. Please stop! I can't listen to you. I can't believe that. I see. Well, if you want to continue your investigation, you need this. What is it? The hotel right now is restricted to police personnel only, as we are looking for any clues that might lead us to Shelly the Killer. But if you take this with you to the hotel, I'm sure they will let you enter. In any case, I must attend to the preparations for Maya's rescue. We'll meet again if anything should happen, so if you'll excuse me. Mr. Nick? Do you think Mr. Ungard hired an assassin? No way! I mean, he doesn't have a psych lock. Yeah, I guess not. Maya, please. All I ask is that you make it home, safe and sound. Date unknown. Time unknown. Location unknown. I guess even kidnappers can be a little clumsy. Clumsy enough to drop a card like this for me. And even though he said he was an assassin, I bet he's just making that up, like how Nick does with everything in court. Anyway, let's try out the card trick with this card I just found. Sounds like I got the door open. Okay, time to go and take a look around. Date unknown, time unknown, location unknown. What is this place? I've got a feeling I'm not in the hotel anymore. Are those videos over there? Well, I'll worry about that later. Now I should look at the clues. That way I can tell them to sis and maybe get out of here. Locked, of course. Doesn't look like I can use the card to open this door. There's a little hole at the bottom of the door. If only it was a little skinnier, then maybe I'd be able to crawl through there. What is this thing? Antenna, I guess? And this is a VCR? There sure are a lot of electronic gadgets here. Well, what is an antenna doing here? Oh, hey, it's a computer. I never really used one before. I have no idea where the power switch on this thing is. Drat, there goes my plan to use this somehow to get out of here. That's weird. What's a figurine doing on a sofa in a place like this? I think it's a bear. Oh, how cute. It's got a lot of cuts and slits on it. I wonder if it's some kind of puzzle or something. There's a framed picture sitting on this coffee table. There's a picture of a woman. She's kind of pretty. Hey, looks like something's written here. Let's see. I think it says, "With love, Celeste." I bet this could be a clue. Oh, this simply will not do. I cannot have you wandering around at will. Ah! It seems that your Mr. Wright is truly concerned about you. He is. For now, I would suggest you remain cooperative. If you cannot, there are ways in which I can help you. Ways? You mean dead men tell no tales, is how the saying goes, correct? The dead? I'm almost certain I told you in our first meeting. I am an assassin. No way, you're lying. I mean, an assassin? People are not always who they appear to be. Nick! March 22nd, 7:04 p.m., Hardy Clinic reception. Mr. Nick? Oh, yes, Pearls? Got caught up in my thoughts about Maya's situation. Mr. Edgeworth has left, you know. I guess for now, I have no choice but to believe in Mr. Engard. On guard. But I think I should listen to his story one more time. Alright, let's get going too. Okay. March 22nd, Detention Center Visitors Room. I'm sorry, but visiting hours are over for today. Aw. I have too many questions I need to ask. I'm sorry, but I'm Phoenix Wright, a lawyer for one of the... You're Mr. Wright, you say? Oh yeah, there's a message here for you. A message? It's from Matt Ongard. Ah, here you are. What did he write? Is it something really important? I don't know. Well, let's see what it has to say. The Mr. Lawyer dude, I got something really important to tell you. Why do I feel uneasy all of a sudden? Oh, Mr. Wright. So actually, I have a favor to ask of you. I have this cat named Shoe. He didn't put out a lot of food when I left the house, so he's probably pretty hungry. Think you could drop by my house and feed food for me, dude? The house is just a little ways down from the hotel, alright? This is terrible. Let's hurry. We have to feed this cat. I'm sure poor Shoe's stomach is growling by now. Yeah, I guess. A client's request is a request. Guess I should go check up on his cat. On 22nd. Gatewater Hotel. Hotel lobby. Alright now, Mr. Nick. Let's go look for clues. We have to. You shall not pass! Oh my god. Miss Oldbag! Don't devalue my name and turn it into a gaspy, spiky-headed petty fogger. Brother, you have been made to look like a bad guy again. Although I did get a piece of gum from Edgy Boy, just as he promised. But I really wanted something more valuable. Oh, got it. Ah, Miss Oldbag! Keep your hands off of me. This helmet is airtight. No air gets in and no air gets out. Then why do you keep putting it on? I don't think you can get me to move with silly questions. You're gonna have to defeat me if you want to get by. I'm not hearing this. We'll come back to this. March 22nd, On Guard Mansion, living room. Sure is dark. I'll go turn on a light. Wow, so this is what a star's house looks like. Must be nice to be rich. Come on, Mr. Nick, let's find Shoe the kitty cat. Oh! Shoe! Oh, I guess this is Shoe. Oh, what a lovely cat. Hello, Shoe. The cat seems to like pearls. Pardon me. Oh, Shelly the killer. May I help you with something, Mr. Oh, we're lawyers. Actually, I'm Mr. Ungard's lawyer. Masters, then you must be Mr. Wright. Yes. Ah, it's a pleasure to meet you, wonderful self. I'm the family butler, John Doe. Nice to meet you. You must know all sorts of things about Mr. Ongard, right? Honestly, sir. Oh, Jesus. I don't believe my master is capable of such a boundless murder. Oh, excuse! Shit! And, anything else? No, not especially. It's not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of master or his affairs. How typically butler-like, as it were. Mr. Doe, how long have you served with this residence? Well, sir, I would have to say maybe about 1 year. And, anything else? No, not especially. It's not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of himself and his affairs. You know, I would have thought Mr. Ongard, the kind to have a maid over a butler. That's a very cute cat you've got here. It is my duty to take care of him. The master rather fancies Shoe. And, anything else? No, not especially. It's not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the family cat. Well, then I guess I don't need this piece of scrap paper anymore. Matt's note crumpled and gone away. Well, I'm afraid I must take my leave of you now. Oh, we should probably get going ourselves. Ah, so young, yes, already so accomplished, a master of law. There's also a lot to be proud of in being a butler in charge of the house and all. Thank you for the compliment, sir. People are not always who they appear to be. Now if you'll excuse me. Maybe if I show her this letter I got from Edward. This old bag. If you look at... What? You want me to look at this worthless piece of... Edgy poo? Is that a performed pheromone de amour I smell? Ugh. Let's see here. Would you please love this unsophisticated young person for this Christian investigation? Yours truly, Miles Edgy. Yours truly? Man's good at flattery. Fine, but only because Edgy Poo said so. You understand? Just thought of something I have to do. Remember, no messing around. You do anything bad and I won't let you off the hook. It looks like she has strong feelings for Mr. Edgeworth. It may be, but you know nothing's going to come of it. That's so mean, Mr. Dick. Feelings are meant to be told and shared. Ow! Every time we talk about love, I always end up with a handprint on my face somehow. So anyway, let's continue our investigation. Okay. Ah! What? What now? One little thing before I forget. Can't go into Unguard's room today. Why? The police's main investigation team is going to be in there all day, you hear. I wonder if there's a team in charge of investigating key killers. Don't go in there. Step one foot in there and you'll face the wrath of Wendy Oldbag. March 22nd, Gatewater Hotel, Viola Hall. Looks like we're the only ones here. And yet, the hotel seems so busy somehow. Probably because the police team is scouring for clues about D. Killer. March 22nd, Gatewater Hotel, hallway. Hey, city boy! Lada, you're still here. Record course! An investigative photographer eats or starves on her ability to snap up the scoop, yeah? And this hotel just has that aura of mystery. You know, like something's always about to happen. But you have a camera. Right given. A photographer's gotta have cameras up the ear like porn to be a true pro, you know? I'm hanging around here. Speaking of cameras and feeding them off, do you have mine, you bread thief? Why can't you drop that thief thing already? I want to ask you about the night of the murder. What? You really gonna shell out the bucks for the info I got? Lada, you were loitering in this hallway the night of the murder, were you not? Well, kinda, but brace yourself, Phoenix. Here it comes. She didn't exactly hang around here the entire time, you know. Follow a few stars around, got a few autographs, shook a few hands, had a soda pop with a few of them too. Looks like she wasn't here the entire time that night. The security lady also wasn't in this hallway the whole time either. I guess this means there's no one who could tell us who came and went that night. So, about the note that was inside your camera case. Oh, that ditty I wrote? Yeah, can I believe what you've written? You mean the stuff about Unguard, Chairman, this manager lady on Chikorita? Yeah. Well, I reckon you best not keep believing that. What? Look, I sort of wrote that on a whim, you know, writing whatever came to mind. Whatever came to mind? Yeah, when you get down to it, it's just a lot of random bull-dooders. Hey, what's with you? Why are you staring at me like my grandpa used to? Hey, why do you look like you suddenly got older too, or am I just shrinking here? My baby, my $1,600 baby. What's with that red-coated prosecutor anyhow? The guy told me it was evidence and refused to give it back to me. Well, that's kind of how it is. Hey, you're that red-coat friend, ain't you? What are a few good words for me and get back my camera? You want me to do what? Listen, bag the guy real good for about 5 hours, and I guarantee he'll give it back. Why don't you do your own dirty work? Well, I reckon it's time for me to get going. Tabloid photographer without a camera is just a tabloid, huh? Yeah, I guess so. Keep yourself together out there, you hear? Go to Z in court tomorrow. Okay, I'll see you then. You two there, little one. Keep up the good work, okay? Okay, don't be picky about your food now. Okay, and make sure you do all your homework, you hear? Okay. Would you please just leave already? March 22nd, Gatewater Hotel, Korea's hotel room. Ooh. Mr. Nick! What is that otherworldly ghastly moaning? I hate evil ghosts. I don't think it's a ghost. Maybe it's a demon. Excuse me, watch who you're calling a demon, brat. Ah! Zoinks! It's the alien! Who are you calling an alien? Oh, it's just you, Miss Oldbag. What are you doing here? What is wrong with youngins today? I'm out here to pay my respects to my poor Juan, and you're disturbing me! Can I ever get away from this woman? Please talk to me about the night of the murder, just one more time. I've talked about it plenty at the trial. I was fooled, tricked, deceived by that fraud of a photographer and turned no. She was loitering around here with that imbecilic look on her face. With that imbecilic look on her face? Okay, got it. Now hold on a second there, you little pipsqueak. If you're going to take notes, at least make me sound better than that. Oh, alright. Now I've seen everything. But you know, I was working that night too, doing my job, minding my own business. So it's not like I had time to waste standing around here the whole night. I was wondering if you could tell me a bit more about Mr. Burrito. He was the most popular star, you know, especially where it counts, in my book. I heard that he was lagging behind the polls against Mr. Ungar. Well, that's just a recent thing. Bad luck and all that, you know? But he was going to become an even bigger star than he used to be. Look, just look at this mountain of presents. It's a show of the mountain of feelings all his fans had for him. Yeah, the mountain is pretty big, and certainly nothing to shake a stick at. Mr. Nick? What is it, girls? The presents. They're all bears, right? You've got a point. There isn't a single thing here that isn't a bear. All of Mr. Kurita's presents from his fans seem to be bears. Oh, that's because you can't think of one without thinking about bears. Bears? Why bears? You don't know, my dear. Juan was training. He fought barehanded with a bear. He refused to give in and let the bear win, but after the fight, they became friends. Wow, what a heartwarming story. Look, it's just like at those young people's dramas. I can see those two suckered out, down by a river going, you sure can try. You too, bub. You too. Did all that really happen? Isn't this biography, bub? What a load of crock. Ever since then, fans have been giving him bears as presents. Yeah, nice. Bears. I'm Uncle Bear, and I say it's barely 8 o'clock. But what is that infernal racket? It's one of the presents going off. Sounds like it's already 8 p.m. Way past your bedtime. That startled me. I thought I was going to die for a second. 8 p.m.? That's the time when the award ceremony ended that night. Remember? Time sure flies. Hard to believe it's been 2 days since the ceremony. The transceiver! Hello? Hello? This is not a phone. Maya, how is Maya? You haven't heard her, have you? It seems you are not able to fulfill your end of the bargain, Mr. Ohtani. I have heard the news, so it seemed my present did you no good. No, Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! One more day, please. All I ask is for one more day. I'll get a not guilty verdict for sure this time, please. I suppose if I must, I need an acquittal more than anything else. Please let Maya say something. I want to hear her say she's alright. Alright. Then, a little... What is with this static all of a sudden? Hello? Hello? It seems bad. Connect. Damn it! Did the transceiver just suddenly break? Excuse me. What happened? I don't know. All of a sudden, it became nothing but static. Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! Why did the transceiver suddenly break like that? I should probably have an electronics expert look at it. The sooner the better. March 22nd, Wright and Co. Law Offices. Hey, welcome back, pal. Thought I'd make you a little something for dinner. That's a nice thing. A rich man's luxurious full-course meal out of a can, that is. Sorry you went through all the trouble to cook, but I don't have the time to eat. Oops, looks like you don't have a can opener, pal. You gotta be kidding. And here I thought he had already whipped something up. Oh, I know. There is one way I know how to be helpful. Ask me about anything you want, pal. Go ahead. Well, since he's here and offering, I wonder what I should try asking him about. Transceiver? Oh, Mr. Nick, you should ask Mr. Scruffy Detective about that thing. What thing? Oh yeah, this thing just up and broke all of a sudden. It broke, pal? When I was talking to the kidnapper, it just suddenly broke into static. Look, it sounded like this. I don't hear any static, pal. Huh? Maybe it fixed itself? That's strange. I'm sure it was making a loud static noise. Maybe what? Maybe it was electromagnetic interference, pal. Electromagnetic interference? So what is electromagnetic interference? It's something that happens when a radio wave gets mixed up with another signal, pal. Oh, when you put it that way... I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, for example, when a cell phone goes off next to a computer screen, the stuff on the screen gets kind of fuzzy and starts acting funny, right? Huh? Computer? It's like when you use the dryer next to the TV and the screen starts looking weird. Oh, yes, the TV does do that. So that's what you're talking about. She seems amazingly happy at being able to understand this. So the room you were in when that interference to the transceiver happened, there's gotta be something there that's sending out very strong radio waves, pal. Something like a listening device or something. Ah! Hey, speaking of that, where were you when it happened? We were in Mr. Corita's room, the scene of the murder. What? That's it. I'm gonna sneak into the precinct and get a bug sweeper. I'll meet you at the crime scene later, alright, pal? Wait, gumshoe! Oh yeah, baby, it's investigative time. I'm on fire, pal! My fingers are itching to go! Yeah! We should be going too, Mr. Nick. Alright, let's go. March 22nd, Gatewater Hotel, Corita's Hotel Room. Hey, you're finally here, pal. So sorry to keep you waiting. Do you have the, bug sweeper? Well, you see, I got busted trying to sneak in, pal. And suddenly I'm staring at the precinct doors. On the outside, I mean. So yeah, I couldn't get one of the police bug sweepers. What do you mean you couldn't get one? We need that item. Hey, calm down, pal. I didn't say I didn't get one. It's just not the police's. Wow, so this is a bug sweeper. It looks a little broken. Hey, this was made when I was in elementary school, pal. Oh? By who? Me, of course. Seeing this sure brings back memories. Hey, don't look down on it. Sure, it looks a little beat up, but I put my heart and soul into build this puppy here. Your heart and soul? It'll work, trust me, pal. It'll do the job, but you can't set the sensitivity, so it's going to beep at anything that gives off electromagnetic waves. But isn't it better that way? Oh, well, anyway, since I brought it all this way, might as well give it a whirl, right, pal? I'm getting that seeking feeling again. Okay, now I'll tell you how to use this baby. There's a listening device or some other sort of bug hidden in this room, pal. So we're going to find it, right? Right, now first let's turn the sweeper on. Next, move the sweeper around to get the room a real thorough look-see, pal. The sweeper will let you know how strong the signal is picking up, so keep an eye on it, okay? Once you find something that's giving off a lot of radio waves, press the X button to lock onto it. There's a lot of things here that's going to give off radio waves. So let's take a good look at anything and everything that seems suspicious, okay, pal? Alright, I'm gonna go stand outside and keep an eye out. Give me a yell if you find the bug. Got it, pal? This is just a giant stuffed teddy bear, right? It's the biggest one I have ever seen. Hey, so did you guys find it yet? The listening device, I mean. No, not yet, but this bear's eye is... Let's see. A perfectly normal stuffed bear with some really strong radio waves. Sounds like you found the device to me, pal. Let's dig this big fella's eye out and see what we've got. But no, you can't! Such a violent act! Oof. No! It's a miniature camera. It looks like there's more. There's a transmitter and a timer. A what? A what-a-mitter? A transmitter, pal. Oh, is this more of that high-tech stuff? So this tiny thing is a camera? Yep, it's a pinhole CCD camera, pal. It's a small, high-grade video camera mostly used in security systems. So it's a video camera. It runs on a battery which comes with it in a set. But there's no videotape in this camera. This is only the camera part here, pal. The tape recorder with the tape beside it is somewhere else. Somewhere else? Footage is changed into radio waves and then it's sent to that recorder. So it's sort of like a TV broadcast, isn't it? Hey, you know, you're right. So what is a transmitter? It's a device that sends the footage the camera took to a specific destination. It's like a video version of a listening device, pal. It looks like it's attached to a small clock-like thing. Oh, that's a timer, pal. You can set it to turn the camera on and record at a certain time with it. You can set it for a certain time? Yep, let's see. This looks like it was set to start at 8 p.m. and go for 1 hour. 8 p.m.? That was the time the award ceremony ended. There's no debt safe, so it's been recording every night, I guess. But Mr. Detective, how long has this bear been here? I'm pretty sure it's been here since the night of the murder. Then maybe this camera caught the murder on tape. What? And if you think about the angle the bear is at, it's bound to have had a clear shot of the whole crime, pal. So there was a camera in this bear's eye, and it was disguised as a present. And I'm sure it was here on the night of the murder, pal. It's pretty big, so it stands out pretty well in my mind. But who gave Mr. Burrito this present? I don't know, pal. But this means that someone out there got some video of what happened here that night. Isn't there any way we can find out who that person is? It's impossible, pal. Radio waves can be sent almost anywhere, so there's no real way to find out. Oh, is there really no way to find out? I got it! What? Hey, pal, let me borrow this mini camera for a bit. What are you going to do? I'm going to go around to the electronic shops to see if I can find out who bought this. But that's impossible. I mean, it's already 9 p.m. Leave it to me. Even if I have to search all night, I'll find your man, pal. Oh yeah, baby, it's investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. My fingers are itching to go. Yeah! He's gone. Yeah, but Mr. Scruffy Detective sure is a nice man. He's pushing himself so hard, all for Mr. Maya's sake. It's a mystery how you always manage to do things in the most inefficient ways, right? Ah! You'll have to excuse me. I heard your conversation just now. Edgeworth! What are you doing here? The rescue team has been created and deployed. Can't say I'm optimistic, but we have to move forward one step at a time. I see. Thanks. Don't thank me yet. We still have to find it. So, there's a spy camera hidden inside this stuffed animal. You're one lucky man, right? You know this stuffed bear, little girl? I have no idea. Of course not. The make of this bear is a very expensive luxury brand from overseas. It's completely handmade, and only a small number of these are exported. What? The camera and transmitter that Scatterbrain Detective took with him are dead ends. Things like those can be bought anywhere. However, this bear is different. By tracking how it got into this country, this bear can tell us who the buyer is. Can you really do that? Mr. Nick, can he really? Well, I guess so. It's 9 p.m. I think I can still make it in time. I'll be taking this for now. I'm sure you have other things you have to do. See you soon, Wright. Wait! What? Why are you doing this? I have no interest in explaining myself to someone who cannot comprehend. But besides that, Wright, until court reconvenes tomorrow, you should concern yourself with this question. Who was the person that murdered Juan Corrida? The real killer? Do you really still think it was Adrian Andrews? To be honest, I don't know anymore. You still have a little time left. Find the truth, Wright. Everything begins with the truth. Juan Corrida's real killer. Miss Andrews passed. Kidnapper whose sole condition is an acquittal for Mr. Ungard. And this card, Shelly the Killer. Maya, the only way I can save you now is to find all the answers to this case tonight. I don't understand what your real intentions are, Edgeworth, but as you said, all I can do for now is find the truth. March 22nd, 9:14 p.m., Gatewater Hotel, Corrida's hotel room. It's past 9 p.m. already, isn't it? I wonder if Mr. Edgeworth has already found Missing Maya. These things take time. I'd say probably not. The police are professionals, Pearls. They'll find her, so don't you worry. And if we can win a not guilty verdict tomorrow, then everything will be okay. You're right. So the real person who killed Mr. Corrida was that assassin, Mr. Shelley the Killer, right? The card Miss Andrews found at the crime scene seems to be proof of that. And if that's the case, then a new question comes to mind. Who was the one that hired the killer to begin with? Who was his client? You mean, who asked for the murder? That person didn't want to dirty their own hands in blood. Whoever this client is, they're still a killer. Who could have hired the assassin? Do you think it was Miss Andrews? I wonder. But if she was the client, then why go through the effort to stab the knife into the corpse herself? But if Miss Andrews wasn't the client, then no, it can't be. Matt Ungard himself? If Mr. Ungard really did hire the assassin, then he is not innocent at all. Far from it, he would be guilty of the crime. But it can't be Mr. Ungard, right? I mean, when we first talked with him... Mr. Ungard, I'd like to ask you one more question. Did you kill Mr. Juan Corrida? Alright, just so we're clear, dude. I didn't kill anyone, and that includes Juan Corrida, okay? I didn't see any Cyclops at that time. Actually, that reminds me. Did you remember something, Miss Nick? Yeah, something Miss Andrews said at the trial today. She said something interesting. So what is this interesting thing? Oh, that's right. You didn't hear it, did you, girls? Juan had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year, and if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought, anyway. It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career, had it been revealed. Mr. Ungard's secret? What is the secret? I don't know yet. But for now, let's think about it this way. Mr. Kurita was going to reveal the secret. That means Mr. Ungard had plenty of motive to have Mr. Kurita silenced. Which means we have to meet with Mr. Ungard. There's no way around it now. March 22nd, Gatewater Hotel hallway. Wow, it's really getting late, isn't it, Mr. Nick? Yeah, it's past 9 p.m. already. We still have some things to prepare for tomorrow's trial. There's still the matter of this secret Mr. Kurita held about Mr. Ungard, and Miss Andrews' real intention. These are two things I must know tonight. But aren't visiting hours over at the detention center? I'm sure we'll think of something, Pearls. Don't you worry. March 22nd, Gatewater Hotel, Viola Hall. Hey, wait! What is it, whippersnapper? All I know is nothing that has ever anything to do with you is ever good. Like just now, I was handed this strange device for who knows whatever reason, and I was told to use it to search the whole hotel. That's the bug sweeper, isn't it? The one jump she made. I don't know, and frankly, I don't care, because the request came from Edward, and he said, if you feel angry, direct your anger at that unsophisticated lawyer. So I'm gonna feel free to direct all my anger towards you. Gee, thanks a bundle, Edward. What a pal you are. This is absolutely top secret, so you'd better keep it to yourself. I heard that you found a spy camera hidden in one of the presents. Very interesting. I'm sure it was, you know, this catch poor Juan in the middle of a scandalous meeting. Scandalous? What's that? It means, well, you know, that gossip that's been going around about my dear Juan. Oh, you mean that thing about Miss Andrews? I'm sure she must have had some reason for getting close to Mr. Burrito. I'll let you in on another secret, youngin'. I know who planted that spy camera. It was that obnoxious puffy-haired photographer girl. The nervous of people, spying on people by herself, as if I wouldn't want to see it for myself too. Wow, the alien actually admitted her true intentions for a change. I don't know what you're thinking exactly, but I can bet that it's nothing good, and I didn't say anything. You want to know about Juan and that manager, right? Actually, as I hear, there was something of a refreshing pair of those two. Oh? I tell you, Juan really welcomed that manager with open arms right there. That manager? Who are you talking about? You don't know? That manager woman Juan had. It's a shame she killed herself, though. Oh, you're talking about Miss Celeste Impact, Miss Andrews mentioned, right? Yes, that's the one. That Celeste girl. She was supposed to get married, you know? But married? You mean to Mr. Kurita? Really, you young kids, they don't know anything, do you? The girl Celeste killed herself 3 days after their marriage announcement. 3 days after their marriage announcement? What is the... Why would Miss Impact want to kill herself? She was going to get married. Well, that's because she was thrown away, you see, by Juan. What? But they were going to get married, right? They promised each other, right? They held a grand announcement session, but 3 days later, Juan suddenly canceled their marriage. Is that true? It was in the weekly magazines. But why? Why did he do that? That was not in the magazines, unfortunately. I see. That night after Juan called off the wedding, that manager Celeste killed herself. How terrible. I wonder what happened between those two. March 22nd, Gatewater Hotel, hotel lobby. On that night, there must have been at least a few hundred people here. I guess the police are done with their questioning and investigating. Looks like things here in the lobby have finally calmed down. March 22nd, Police Station Criminal Affairs Department. It feels sort of tense in here, doesn't it, Mr. Nick? Yeah, it does. I wonder if something happened. You're Mr. Ungard's lawyer, right? Ah, yes, sir. Well, we finally found just the person we've been looking for, a real decisive witness. A decisive witness? You mean for the Ungard case? We're taking the witness's statement right now. Gotta hand it to Mr. Edgeworth. What's Edgeworth up to now? Who is this witness? I think you know this person quite well, Mr. Lawyer. Mr. Nick? Between the kidnapper's demand and now this, can't see any way to win here. Oh yeah, Mr. Edgeworth wanted me to tell you something. He did? Even though visiting hours are long over at the detention center, he wanted me to grant you special permission, so there you go. What? I've already called them, so they know. Go on, go talk to your heart's content. Thank you very much. Such good news, Mr. Nick. Go talk to your heart's content. Sounds like the police are pretty sure they have tomorrow's trial in the bag. I'm sure they must have transferred Miss Andrews here by now. But that means that both Mr. Ungard and Miss Andrews are in this detention center. Now then, whose story do I want to hear? Let's talk to Ungard first. Dude, it's Mr. Wright! I hope you can get me off the hook tomorrow. I'm counting on you. I hope so too. Edgeworth just dropped a bombshell on me by saying that one Corrida was killed by an assassin, and that the assassin client is this man, Matt Ungard. What's wrong, Mr. Ungard? There's something I must know with 100% certainty. You seem kinda different. You're totally not like your usual lawyer's dude self. About the press conference, being the one where Juan was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai? Yeah, I heard a little more about it from Miss Andrews. It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. Would you please fill me in on what this secret is, please? And there they are. I knew this was coming. Mr. Nick, don't tell me. Cyclops. You said a secret, right? But I don't have any idea what it is. You do? Did you know about Mr. Corrida and Miss Andrews' relationship? Well, it's all over the tabloids, dude. Oh, but I don't know any of the details, if that's what you mean. Look, how many times do I have to tell you? I don't care what Juan did with his life. Miss Andrews, she had a purpose in mind when she started seeing Mr. Corrida. Her mentor was Mr. Corrida's manager, and Miss Andrews was going to get Miss Celeste's impact suicide from Celeste? Does that jog any memories? Dude, I totally just got totally hungry. You want for a pizza? My treat. Mr. Nick, what's a pizza? Is it a kind of pea, like green peas? Let's go eat one later, okay? I got cut off by the pizza dude at the shop. Not too bad. Well, how about we get our minds off of this topic and talk about something else, okay? Mr. Ungard, are you connected to Miss Impact's suicide in some way? March 22nd, right until offices. It doesn't look like Mr. Scruffy Detective is here. Well, he's out there with that camera asking around at all the electronic stores. Then I'll make some salad for him for dinner. The pros really appreciates what Gumshoe is doing for us. Mr. Nick? Yes. Where's the lettuce? I don't think I've ever bought lettuce here before. Oh, I guess I have to give up on making a salad then. Guess the lack of lettuce is kind of a problem. Now then, whose story do I want to hear? Oh, it's you. I'm sorry to be visiting at such a late hour, but there are a few questions I absolutely have to ask you tonight. Me? I thought your client was Matt. I'm sure Miss Andrews knows something. She can't be clueless about this secret Mr. Corrida had on Mr. Ungard. I'd like to ask you about Matt Ungard, if you don't mind. Mr. Wright, you still don't know, do you? The real him, I mean. You seem to bear a lot of resentment towards Mr. Ungard. If that's the case, then why did you become his manager? And why would you become intimate with his rival? That has nothing to do with this case. Nothing. About Miss Celeste's impacts, I had finally put her death behind me, and now, thanks to you, it's all come back to the surface. I'm sorry. Yes, I was shocked by her suicide. And it's true that when I heard the rumor that Juan was the one who had hidden her suicide note, I began to draw close to that. I wanted to get her suicide note back and to burn it. You wanted to burn it? But why? I didn't want it to spread like just another piece of gossip. But I never held any murderous intent towards Juan. I would never do something so stupid. Suicide note, huh? I wonder what it said. Why frame him? Why did you try to frame Mr. Ungard? That's simple. Because he's the killer. That's why. Isn't it the duty of every good citizen to inform the police? But there had to be another way. The police are excellent at doing their job, so they'd figure it out, right? Yes, they're so good that they couldn't figure out the real truth behind Celeste's death. Miss Andrews. Well, I know you're not the type of person to do something without a reason. So please, tell me why you did what you did. Revenge. Huh? Did you say something now? Cyclog, huh? It's just the one. Don't you understand that? You're not my lawyer, to be honest, you're more like my enemy. But, I'm sure I just heard you say revenge. March 22nd, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. Oh, Mr. Wright, please, you have to help me. Uh-oh. But, Mr. Powers! What happened? Why are you here? You see, I got roped into this somehow. What? And now I'm going to testify in tomorrow's trial. So besides the witness is Mr. Powers? I was talking with the detective until a little while ago, and I was on my way home. And all of a sudden, you there, you're under arrest! And I was brought back here. Oh, except my face and whole self in general look suspicious or something. Well, I guess I can see how they thought you looked suspicious. I'm just a normal guy on an extra show for kids. Is that a crime? So, about this testimony you're giving, what are you going to talk about? I really don't know yet. It sounds like I saw something pretty important from what you tell me. You saw something important? What was it? Well, the detective told me not to talk about it. You can't tell anyone, especially not that lawyer, he said. Who do you think is that lawyer the detective was talking about? I'm going to take a wild guess and say it's me. Yeah, you got it. Mr. Nick! Mr. Maya and myself are your only two allies in this world, but it's alright. Ouch. I don't really have a lot of friends, do I? This is going to do a lot of damage to Matt, you know, because he's got that refreshing like a spring breeze and it's going, but what is he really like? Well, let's see. Matt's always been kind of a player with women. He would never really turn a pretty face in play if you know what I mean. He'd always say it's just a game to justify himself. What? How horrible! That's unforgivable! Ow, sorry, he didn't mean to offend you. But you know, he said once that there's only one person in the world who won't swoon. One person who wouldn't swoon over him? His manager, you know? Miss Adrian. Why is Mr. Powers suddenly looking kind of energetic? Oh, you see, I'm actually stuck for gossip. I mean, celebrities in their world have this dazzling sort of image, right? A dazzling sort of image. Well, aren't you a part of that dazzle, Mr. Powers? No, I'm more of a hairy, sweaty, smelly, brutish kind of guy, you see. But it's okay, really. I get to hear plenty of gossip about a lot of the other stars around me as things happen. Well, that's true. Oh, hey, so did you hear about this yet? About Miss Andrews' mentor and her suicide? You mean Miss Impact? We heard something about how her wedding was canceled. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought about it a little the other day, about that mysterious death. Hey, Mr. Wright, why don't you ask me about that? Go on, go ahead. The Powers is so charged up to his skin, it's practically glowing with electricity. Hey, so have you heard this? Celeste left a suicide note. And they say that Juan went and hid it. We heard about that in court today. But there wasn't any actual proof that she had left a note. Well, this is what I think. I think that something bad was written on that note. Something bad for Juan, that is. Something bad for Mr. Corita? Why do you figure so? Well, before she died, Celeste talked with a few of her friends. As she said, it looks like I got caught up with a truly insidious man. A truly insidious man? Does he mean Mr. Corita by that? Well, there's no one else that fits the bill, right? That would be reason enough for him to hide the suicide note. I see. Well, there's some good info. Thank you. You're welcome! Mr. Unguard and Miss Andrews. They're both at the detective center right now. There's still things I don't understand or know about, I'm sure. I get the two of them to tell me everything. Mr. Nick, your phone! Hey, that's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? I don't like the sound of this ringtone right now. It sounds kind of ominous. Yeah, I know. Hello? We're in trouble now, pal! I'll be back at the office really soon. What's wrong? Oh, the really unexpected just happened. Mr. Edward, Edward? Anyway, hurry up and get back to the office, pal. I don't know what's going on anymore. Oh. Uh-oh. Hello? You got cut off. Well, what's going on, Mr. Nick? Gumshoe said we need to go back to the office right away. Then we should hurry back. Scared to go back. What are you talking about, Mr. Nick? Pull yourself together. Maybe it'll be good news. Somehow I doubt that. March 22nd, Wright & Co. Law Office. What took you so long, pal? Mr. Edgeworth couldn't stick around forever and had to go. Well, what happened? We got him. We know who bought that spy camera. Eh? This quickly? And this bear's what gave them away, pal. The bear. I figured it out, pal. I figured that we should have been looking into the bear instead of the camera. But wasn't Mr. Edgeworth who... Girls, and go on. There's only one person who bought one of those bears who's related to this crime. But who is it? Who would be so rude as to spy on another person in their room? Matt Onguard. Huh? Matt Onguard, your client. That's who, pal. And here I thought things couldn't get any worse. Are you sure you heard right? That the person who bought this bear was... I heard it from the department store clerk, pal. This is the credit card receipt for the purchase. It's for $3,800, pal. That's an exact match to the price of that stuffed bear. A receipt? That's all you have? Nah, it's not just a receipt, pal. The store clerk said so himself. He told me. I'm sure I sold the bear to Mr. Ungard. I mean, the clerk even got Mr. Ungard's autographs out of it, pal. So I'm sure the person that bought the stuffed bear was Mr. Ungard himself. My sight is failing me. This can't be. Can't be. So what about the spy camera we found? Ah, that was a dead end, pal. I mean, you can get this kind of thing from anywhere. But for now, I guess I can give these back to you for you to file away the evidence. I know you don't want to give up, pal. I didn't think it was possible. The person who put the spy camera in one Kurita's room was Matt Ungard. Why? Why would Mr. Ungard do something like this? I bet it was to catch Miss Andrews and Mr. Kurita in one of their rendezvous. I bet it's not good enough for me. I have to know the absolute truth behind this camera. Are you going to see him? Mr. Ungard, I mean? Yes. I'm scared, Mr. Nick. I wonder what we will find out next. I'm scared myself, but I have to put on a good face for pearls. Matt Ungard, what in the world have you done? You're working really late, you know. It's already past 10 p.m., dude. I think it's time you told me the truth. Relax. Don't you know that ignorance is bliss? But if you really want to know, let's talk. Take that! Matt's secret. Now, let's hear what this secret of yours is. What if Miss Kurita had been successful in his plan? What would he have disclosed? I told you before, dude. I don't know. I don't know anything about Juan, okay? Look, Mr. Wright, I can keep on saying it until I'm blue in the face, but I totally didn't pay Juan any attention that whole time that night. I mean, come on. I was in the middle of a nap. Don't lie to me. Huh? I know you paid close attention to Mr. Kurita, especially on that night. Someone used this camera to secretly film Mr. Kurita's room the night of the murder. Secretly film? What? And then sent the images the camera took with this transmitter. Wow, but dude, where was this camera you're talking about hidden? Take that! The spy camera was hidden in this bear's eye. A bear that was supposed to be a present from a fan. Guess Juan had a few of those kinds of fans too, huh? Dude? Actually, I wouldn't say this bear was a present from a fan. Sure, dude? Who else could it be from? The person who gave this bear to Mr. Kurita was... Take that! Mr. Ungard, don't you know this bear from somewhere? I don't think I've ever met Mr. Bear before, dude. Aw, but he says he knows you. How could you forget such a great friend? What else did the bear tell you? He says that the one who put the camera in his eye was you, Mr. Ungard. If I didn't know how you were in court, I'd think I was in some serious trouble. Come on, this is all a joke, right, dude? You're just pulling my leg. Looks like you're not ready to give up your secret yet. Well, do you have any proof you want to show me first? There's proof that it was you who put the camera inside the bear. Take that! I have here one credit card receipt, Mr. Ungard. It's from when you bought that stuffed bear. Dude, all you can tell from this is that I spent $3,800. I go to that department store all the time, okay? This $3,800, this could be the toothbrush I bought that one time. A $3,800 toothbrush? It's ivory. It's got elephant hair for bristles. Ew, elephant hair, is that what rich people use nowadays? Anyway, the store clerk clearly remembers you and your purchase. After all, you even gave him an autograph, did you not? Dude, you should have said that earlier. So can I ask you one thing? Yes. You're my lawyer, right, dude? So if you are, then why are you looking into stuff like that? Take me a sip of water. Because if I don't know the truth, I can't help you. Sounds more like stupid lawyer talk to me. Hey, let's stop talking about this, okay? No, not yet. And that's why you set the camera up yet. What your secret is. Of course, it will be strictly confidential. So, what are you going to do now? I'm going to find out what I want to know, because I must. The reason you hid this camera in Mr. Kurita's room and filmed it in secret is...
Take that!
Adrian Andrews, there's a rumor going around that Miss Andrews and Mr. Kurita were having secret meetings. You, who was keeping tabs on Mr. Kurita, you were going to reveal this as fact to turn it into a scandal, isn't that right? Dude, you can be such a moron, huh? Oh man, Mr. Lawyer Dude, that kind of scandal, that's the good stuff. That's what we in the industry call juicy. The good stuff? Juicy? Look, we could get publicity without spending a penny with that kind of stuff. I mean, if people stopped paying attention to us, then it'd be the end, dude. Too bad that wasn't your attention. What are you talking about? I wish your reason for spying was something so innocent, but it wasn't. You didn't spy on Mr. Kurita because of Miss Andrews, and there's only one reason I can think of for you to do such a thing. The real reason you set up that camera in Mr. Kurita's room was... Well, what is this card? Maybe he doesn't know about this card. This is a certain man's calling card. The man's name is Shelly the Killer, and I'm sure you know of him, don't you? Shelly the Killer. That's ridiculous. Why would I know some shady scumbag like him? If you really don't know him, then why are you acting so jumpy all of a sudden? This is it. I'm finally starting to get to the truth. I can't afford to make any more mistakes now. Mr. Matt Ongard, I know why you know Mr. T. Killer. It's because... you're his client. Since you're the one who set up that camera, that means you knew. You knew exactly what was going to happen in that room. So, how? How would you know something like that? It's because you're his client. That's why. You hired Shelly the Killer to assassinate Mr. Juan Kurita. The real mastermind behind this whole murder is you, Matt Ongard! Here I was, trying to be a good boy for you, dude. I thought if you didn't know, you'd be able to do your job without feeling bad. Well, that's what I thought anyway. But Mr. Ongard, you really did hire? Hold on a sec. I'm gonna console myself, okay? Console myself? Well, I guess it's probably about time anyway. About time for what? I think it's time for you to meet him now, Mr. Lawyer Dude. How do you do, Mr. Lawyer? I'm Matt Ongard. Well done, Mr. Wright. I bet it wasn't easy to gather as much information as you have. You really... So you are Shelly the Killer's client? You didn't really think I would dirty my own hands in this, did you? What do you mean? And that woman, Adrian, was quite brave herself, trying to stick the crime on me. I didn't think she had it in her. But all I care about is that Juan is dead. Isn't that right, Mr. Lawyer? That's terrible! You're lying! What a terrible... It's way past your bedtime, little girl. Go on and let us grown-ups talk about more adult things. But why? Why did you hide the video camera and... Well, Weekly soon believes the words of others, just like that pathetic Adrian. He knew about Miss Andrews' secret, and I'm no secret. I don't believe in anyone, least of all assassins. What? Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. They turn their clients into cash cows by holding a sinful deed over their heads. And a superstar like me, how much do you think I'm worth? Care to guess? And that's why. Yes, that's where the video comes in. It's got his face and the crime scene recorded on it, preserved for all time. With that, I can keep it at bay, and even blackmail him if I want. That's right, that video's my assurance. Isn't that what they call it, Mr. Wright? Why would you do something so wrong? Because I'm a grown-up, and I can. Good enough of an answer for you, little girl? Why? Why would you kill Mr. Kurita? Because he was about to sling so much dung onto my beautiful public image. Scandals are a little annoying, aren't they? This is all because of that press conference, isn't it? If Mr. Kurita had been able to give it, then Mr. Ongard's secret would have... Ah, well, that's what we call taking advantage of the situation, you know? I had no interest in doing it, really, but bit by bit, it crept up on me. And then the situation just presented itself perfectly. How beautiful, I thought. And that's how Mr. Kurita ended up dead. Let me tell you something. I'm not like Adrian. I don't depend on anyone. People are simply things to be used. Used and thrown away. Put on a sweet, innocent face, and people will swallow anything you feed them. Adrian fell for it. the assassin too. Oh, and how can I forget? Even you fell for it, Mr. Lawyer. Everyone all working their butts off for me, Matt Ungard. Oh, did that leave you speechless? What a shame! What's wrong, Mr. Lawyer? You've grown awfully quiet. How could I have been deceived by you all this time? When we first met, I asked if you had killed Juan Correa. You answered very clearly that you hadn't killed anyone. Hey now, I never told any lies. The person who did the killing was that D-Killer guy, right? All I'm guilty of is taking a catnap in my room. You killed Mr. Correa! I dare you to say that in court tomorrow. But too bad, you can't. You're my lawyer after all, aren't you? You could always drop my case or refuse to represent me. How does that sound? Oh, but you can't, can you? That would be the one thing you absolutely can't do. Mystic Maya! You wouldn't want to test D-Killer. He's a man of his word, or so I hear. You could end up getting a certain friend of yours rubbed out if you lose. You scoundrel! So if I were you, Mr. Wright, Esquire, I think I would give it my all tomorrow. Remember, everyone likes a happy win-win resolution. I'll get you for this! That's such a cliché phrase. Juan said something just like that, if memory serves. Of course. Well, we all know how well things turned out for him, don't we? Good night, Mr. Lawyer. Maya, what am I supposed to do? And now you finally found it. The starting line of this case. Edgeworth. I don't care for the horrid atmosphere here. Let's return to the precinct. March 22nd, Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. Well, Wright, what are you going to do? Is you plan on changing your strategy? No! We can't do that! That's right, he's holding Maya hostage. What should I do? That's not something I can answer for you. Mr. Edgeworth! Right, only you can decide where to go from here. 1 year ago, at that time, I didn't truly understand what a prosecutor was, and that is why I had to leave the prosecutor's office. I felt that I couldn't stand in a court of law until I knew what a prosecutor really was. And now, Wright, it's your turn. My turn? What is this thing called a lawyer? What can you do as one? You must find the answer. You must find it on your own. I'm a lawyer, but to fight for someone who is clearly a killer, Matt Ungard, that man is really... Ah! It doesn't matter who. Every person deserves a proper defense and a fair trial. Isn't that the basis of our judicial system? Proper defense? But what exactly is that? Is it where a lawyer forcibly and blindly gets an acquittal through shouting and trickery? Ironic that you of all people should say such a thing. Isn't that exactly how you have fought for your clients up until now? Ugh! But, well, that may be true, but that's because I believe my clients to be innocent from the bottom of my heart. If I were to get Ungard an acquittal, that isn't a proper defense at all. I became a lawyer because I thought I could save people who were suffering and in pain. But when I look at this mess we're in, I can't even protect the person closest to me. Even if I win the case, I still lose in the end. I just don't know what to do. Right. Would you get a hold of yourself? You have it all wrong. Huh? We aren't some sort of heroes. We're only human, you and I. You want to save someone? That's something easier said than done, wouldn't you say? But that's... You are a defense attorney. You can't run away from that. You can only fight. That's all you can do. People like you and Francisco von Karma are always using all you have to pin me down. You fight to the very end, even when you know the truth is not with you. But I'm not like you. I can't fight for a false verdict, for a man I clearly know to be guilty. Francisca, she fights for herself. The only thing she fights for is her perfect win record. That's all. And? Isn't that the same as you? Isn't that why you ran away a year ago? Because your precious win record was destroyed? You are so petty! I see. Now I understand why you despise me so. However, you are mistaken. What do you... Thanks to you, when you sealed off my path to a perfect win record, I began to realize the error of my ways. I realized that things such as a perfect record were meaningless. What? I don't believe you. Are you saying that is why you left the prosecutor's office? But then, why? Why are you here now? The answer to that is something you will have to find out on your own. I have faith you will see it before a verdict is read tomorrow. But if you can't, then you will be powerless to change the ending of this story. Mr. Nick, the transceiver! I'm sorry for what happened earlier. Now then, Mr. Ohtani, you wager you can obtain acquittal tomorrow? My, what is the matter, Mr. Ohtani? Don't sense your usual anger this time. Tell me, please, why are you holding Maya hostage for Mr. Uncard's sake? Why are you doing this for that cold-blooded killer? Right? Please don't misunderstand things. He is my client. Don't toy with me! A man who hires an assassin is just as much of a killer himself. I believe you're asking me for a reason as to why I'm doing what I am. Yeah, this is what I like to call my aftercare. What the heck is aftercare? My name carries a certain amount of honor and dignity, Mr. Eternity. I take great care to ensure that no suspicion falls upon my clients or my handiwork. That is what is called client relations, and it's part of an assassin's duty. An assassin's duty? You were unlucky this time. My client was arrested as a suspect. As a result, I did what I had to do to enlist your expert help, Mr. Eternity, and to ensure that you would do everything in your power to the very end. What is your name? I believe I told you once before, however. You did, but my name is the Killer. Shelly the Killer. You're Shelly the Killer? Please keep in mind you do not have much space to maneuver with me. As a D-Killer, I always finish what I set out to do. If you fail to keep up your end of the bargain... But Maya! It would be my duty as an assassin to see to it she receives. Ah! No! Now then, if you'll excuse me, if someone were to trace the signal back to me, it would be quite troublesome. Cat! Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! I don't know what to say. Edward, did you hear that at the end of the transmission? Huh? Oh, that. It sounded like a cat. A cat? It can't be that cat, can it? What is it? I know where Shelly the Killer is holding Maya hostage. Edward, have all police units head for On Guard Mansion immediately! Alright, hurry over as well then. Don't lose hope yet, Pearls. The fight has only just begun. Yeah! March 22nd, On Guard Mansion living room. Maya! Please answer us! Mystic Maya! We have this area completely surrounded. There is no way for us to escape. I mean, he's still in the area. I can't believe it. That butler, all this time, he was the killer. He and On Guard were working together all this time. I'm sure they had worked out a contingency plan ahead of time. Oh, it's a figurine of a bear! There are a lot of cuts in it for some reason. A bear? Isn't that more of a thing for Mr. Kurita? How about something like this be here? Right, look down. There's a little pet door. Ah, I'm sure that's for shoes. You think that this came through that little door? Door is locked! Well, I'm pretty used to breaking doors down by now. Let's go, Edgeworth. Ah! There's no one here! It looks like this room, I would say this is On Guard's private lounge. Look at this, Wright. An antenna for sending and receiving radio signals in the VCR. Back inside the deck. If there's a tape, it will be an important piece of evidence. If we're lucky, it'll have the moment the crime was committed recorded on it. I'm sorry, bud. The tape deck is empty. There's no tape to be found. No! There's a mistake that someone used this to record something. It looks like someone took the tape we're looking for and escaped with it. It's On Guard's computer. Maya, why couldn't you have used this to get help? But Mr. Nick, where's the power switch? Oh, I get it. So that's what happens. We couldn't find the power switch. VCR and antenna. The footage that the spy camera took at the scene of the crime was beamed here and recorded on tape. If only we had that tape, it would have been really helpful. Huge television and speakers leaned largely here. I'm sure if Maya saw this, she'd say, would die a happy samurai fan if I could see the nickel samurai on a TV like this. Yeah, that's what she'd say. Ah! I can't believe I just made a joke about Maya, all things considered. There's a little door for shoes in this big door. I'm sure Maya used this door to shove this out instead. I'm sure it was her. Every time you give me some piece of evidence, there's always some other piece of piece. This time too, I'm sure. We searched all over, but it looks like he got away. I'm sorry, it looks like he slipped out of her grasp this time. And now we've lost our only lead. Don't give up yet. That little girl is looking to be her pillar. Yeah, you're right. We're close, I can tell. We've already set up checkpoints along every route leading out of this district. Leave the rest to us. Maya. Let's look at a picture of Miss Impax with love, Celeste. Miss Impax? You mean? Yes, Mr. Kurita's former manager. Why would a picture of Miss Impax be here in Mr. On Guard's mansion? And why does it say with love? This might be a clue. Ah! What's wrong, Pearls? But please let me see that picture frame. Huh? What's so special about the frame? On the back, there's something written on the back of the frame. Maya. It's Mystic Maya. She left us a message. What? I thought you'd come. I knew you would. Now listen up. You'd better get on guard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you, ever. I'm fine, so you don't need to worry. There's so much I want to write, but I don't think I have a lot of time left. Pearlie, you're there too, right? Make sure you help Nick, okay? Someone's got to watch out for the helpless lunk. That's it for now, Nick. I guess I'll talk to you guys later. That's like... No! Mystic Maya! Right! What's wrong? Why the black stare? Oh, nothing. We searched the house and this is the last room. It looks like he eluded us. Edgeworth, yes. As far as clues go, I think this is about all I'm going to get. But I'm still short one last thing. And what is that? This Andrews is Cyclops. If I could just find out what secret she's holding, and I think I stand a chance in court tomorrow to blow this case wide open and expose the truth. I think I know what you're thinking. I'll contact the detention center. Thanks, Edgeworth. Well, let's go, Pearls. It's time to open that last lock. Before I do that, let me go to the bathroom because I have been holding it for a hot minute. March 22nd, Detention Center Visitors Room. Good evening, Mr. Wright. What's wrong? You look ill. Miss Andrews, I have come to remove your Cyclops. Cyclops? I want to know, and you will tell me, your secret. Fine, go ahead. Try to break me if you can. Take that! Why frame him? Can you please tell me why you framed Mr. Engarde for the murder? I already told you countless times. It's because I thought Matt was the killer. No, that's not it. I know you have a personal reason to dislike Mr. Engarde. Miss Andrews, you may think I didn't hear it, but I know you said something earlier. You said revenge. So you're saying I was taking my revenge out on Matt, and that's why? What an absurd idea. I don't have anything I want to take revenge for. Miss Andrews, a woman who lives by being dependent on other people. There's something or someone in her past that would make her take revenge. Celeste, there's only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings, and even revenge, and that is Miss Impact's suicide. But what are you trying to say? Celeste was Juan's manager. On top of that, the one who hit her suicide note was also Juan. What does all of this have to do with Matt? You're right, you haven't mentioned it yet, but for you to hate Mr. Engarde, it must mean that he must have had some relation to Miss Impact and his suicide. Can you explain to me this relationship between Celeste and Matt? This is a photo of Miss Impact, correct? She looks younger than when she passed away, though. What? With love, Celeste. This is Miss Impact's handwriting, isn't it? Where did you find this? No, that's alright. It was a rhetorical question. Yeah, it is. I found this at Mr. Engarde's mansion. And after all this time, my last remaining secret has been revealed. Celeste, she was supposed to get married to Juan. Yes, but I heard that it didn't work out. Because Mr. Kurita didn't want to get married to her anymore, right? Yes, because of Matt. But because of Mr. Ungard, what do you mean? I think I can see where this is going. Celeste, she was Matt's manager a long time ago. She was the happiest woman in the world at the time. I was working part-time back then, and I often saw the two of them together. So that's why. With love, Celeste is written on the frame of that picture. They were a couple, weren't they? It wasn't anything as splendid as that. Celeste was being used, toyed with until she was thrown away. It's so horrible. Matt's entire image is built around how nice and wonderful a man he is. A scandal would have destroyed that. That's why Celeste and her kindness moved over to Worldwide Studios. And that is where she met Juan. She seemed really happy with him, even happier than when she was with Matt. Celeste and Juan were such a good match that they were even planning to get married. And then, it was suddenly called off. On the night Juan called their marriage off, Celeste, she killed herself. And that's why I framed Matt. It was my revenge for Celeste and for myself. I'm sure even you can guess why Juan called the wedding off, right? Matt confessed to Juan about his relationship with Celeste. I see, so that's what happened. But why did Mr. Kurita have to call off the wedding? I don't understand at all. It's probably because of his worthless male pride. Juan and Matt were always fierce rivals. Matt waited for the wedding announcement and then unleashed the truth on Juan. He was aiming for when it would hurt Juan the most. Poor Miss Impacts! That wasn't the end of it. That day, I'm almost certain that Celeste left a suicide note behind. And in that note, she left a detailed account of Matt's various misdeeds, and so that she would never again be hurt by Matt, she chose to die. And when Juan discovered her body, he bit her nose. But why would he do that? It's simple. Juan realized that note was a powerful weapon against Matt. It would be especially damaging to his refreshing like a spring breeze image. In any case, with his pride hurt, Juan sought revenge. Revenge. There's that word again. Juan wanted to publicly disclose the contents of that suicide note. At a time that would cause Matt the most damage, of course. And that was at the press conference after the stage show. I know all about it because I heard it all from Juan. And so I could find out about how all this that I drew close to Juan to begin with. They're quite a pair of hideous monsters, aren't they? Even Celeste's death was something for them to use in their game. That night when I found Juan's body, it was only natural that I thought the murderer was Matt. Those two were always spying on one another after all. As for me, I was frantically searching for Celeste's suicide note. I wanted to destroy it before it ever went public. I was going to burn it. I had even brought a lighter. But I couldn't find the suicide note, and that's when revenge crossed my mind. Yes, I was going to bring to them my own kind of cruel revenge. Celeste was killed by those two monsters. So when I stabbed Juan's body with that knife, I didn't feel a single shred of guilt. And that's all I have to say. Well, Mr. Wright, even knowing all this, are you still going to help that man? I'm a lawyer. I see. What a foul profession. Thank you very much for your time and for talking with me. It was no big deal. I didn't sleep anyway. I can't sleep either. Not with my situation, or with what I know now. And with that, that'll bring today's live stream to a close. We shall continue this tomorrow, where I will potentially be finishing up episode 4. So, thank you all for watching, and as always, it's your host, TheAmariaShadow, saying long Z, and I'll see you for the next adventure. Goodbye, everyone!